Very good evening. There is some important one mark question which is important from the board examination point of view and also important for the better understanding of the lesson. So it is in the form of question and answer. I will read it and you will just listen carefully. Define goods. Things which possesses utility or wants satisfying power are called goods. Things which possesses utility or want satisfying power are called goods. Define material goods. Goods which are physical, visible and storable are called material or tangible goods. Define services or non-material goods. Services are non-tangible. Which are neither seen nor touched in spite of having utility. What are economic goods? Goods which are scarce and therefore command price are called economic goods. What are non-economic goods? Non-economic goods are free gifts of nature which, being unlimited, don't command price. Define utility. Utility is want satisfying power. What is meant by term scarcity? Scarcity is a relative term indicating short supply against demand. Give 5 examples of economic goods: pen, shoes, clothes, cycle, tables, etc. Give 5 examples of non-economic goods: air, sun, river, water, sand in desert, trees in forest, etc. What are consumer goods? Goods which satisfy human wants directly are called consumer goods. What are producer or capital goods? Goods which help in production of other goods or services are called producer or capital goods. Goods which help in production of other goods and services are called producer or capital goods. Give 5 examples of consumer goods: bread, clothes, shoes, pen, chair. Give 5 examples of producer or capital goods: raw material, coal, petrol, machines, factory building, etc. What are durable use goods? Goods which are used again and again for a long time is in production and consumption are called durable use goods. What are single use goods? Goods which are used once only are called single use goods. Give 3 examples each of durable use and single use goods. Machines, buildings and cars are durable use goods, whereas raw material, cigarettes, vegetables are single use goods. What are durable consumer goods? Goods which are used again and again for a long time in consumption are called durable consumer goods. What are durable producer goods? Goods which are used again and again for a long time in the production process are called durable producer goods. What are single-use consumer goods? Single-use consumer goods are ones which are used up by consumers in a single act of consumption. What are single-use producer goods? Goods which are used up in the single act of production are called single-use producer goods. Give 3 examples each of single-use consumer goods and single-use producer goods. Milk, cigarettes and matches are single-use consumer goods, whereas raw material, coal and electricity are single-use producer goods. Give 3 examples each of durable consumer goods and durable producer goods. Car, TV sets, furniture are consumer durable, whereas trucks, machines and bridges are producer durables. Name 4 goods which are used both as consumer goods and producer goods. Water, electricity, petrol and chair are used both as consumer goods as well as producer goods. Water, electricity, petrol and chair are used both as consumer goods as well as producer goods. Name a commodity which is an economic good at one place and non-economic at another place. Sand in a desert is a non-economic, but when brought in a city becomes an economic good. Which durable good used by consumers is still treated as producer good? Although residential building is used by consumers, it is considered as producer good. What is meant by intermediate goods? Goods which are meant either for further production or for resale in the same year are called intermediate goods. What are final goods? Goods which are meant either for consumption or for investment are called final goods. Goods which are meant either for consumption or for investment are called final goods. Give four examples of intermediate goods. Flour, salt, milk and ghee used by a bakery are intermediate goods. Give four examples of final goods. Bread, clothes, shoes and books used by consumers are final goods. Give four examples which are used both as intermediate good as well as final goods. Flour, milk, petrol, electricity and building. Give two examples of intermediate and non-material goods. Services. Services rendered by a pharmacist in preparing medicines and by gardener in watering the plants. Give two examples of final non-material goods. Treatment of patients by a doctor and teaching of students by a tutor. Define collective wants of the people. Common wants like education, park, roads of the people which are met collectively are called collective wants of the people. How are collective wants met? General government provides free services to meet collective wants of the community. General government provides free services to meet collective wants of the community. Define collective consumption expenditure. It is the government expenditure on producing and providing free services for collective consumption by the citizens. Give two examples of intermediate consumption. Use of yarn in manufacturing clothes and use of cement in construction of a building are two examples of intermediate consumption. Give two examples of final consumption. Using up of shirt and shoes by consumers is two examples of final consumption. What is meant by capital formation? An addition to the capital stock of an economy in a given period is called capital formation. An addition to the capital stock of an economy in a given period is called capital formation. Give three examples of capital formation. Raw material, machines and buildings are three examples of capital formation. What is the difference between gross domestic capital formation and net domestic capital formation? Consumption of fixed capital, that is depreciation, is the difference between the gross domestic capital formation and net domestic capital formation. Which of gross capital formation or net capital formation indicate productive capacity of a country? Net capital formation indicates productive capacity of the country. What are two main components of gross domestic capital formation? Gross fixed capital formation and change in stock are two main components of gross domestic capital formation. Give five examples of gross fixed capital formation. Machines, tools, buildings, bridges, trucks, etc. Five examples of gross fixed capital formation. Give five examples of change in stock. Raw materials, semi-finished goods, finished goods, stock of food grains with the government livestock raised for slaughter. Repeating, give five examples of change in stock. Raw materials, semi-finished goods, finished goods, stock of food grains with the government livestock raised for slaughter purposes are five examples of change in stock. What is the difference between indirect taxes and subsidies called? Net indirect tax is the difference between the indirect tax and subsidy. Give three examples of indirect taxes. Sales tax, excise duty and customs all clubbed now in GST. Give three now in place of all these taxes, GST has been introduced in 2017. Introduced in Parliament in 16 and implemented in 2017. Give three examples of subsidies. Free land, cheap electricity and exemption from corporate tax given by the government to enterprise are three examples